What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining my YouTube channel, which is called Divine Inspiration. You can also check me out on Facebook Live. I post my audio podcast on there occasionally. When you see it, just tap it, listen to it. It might impact your life in a certain way. You can also check me out on Instagram. I post on there every now and then. I'm dropping gems on there. And the reason why I'm doing this is to wake up souls. We got a lot of souls that are walking around living, but they're actually dead. What I mean by dead, they really don't know who they really are. They very nature. And they really don't know how powerful they are. And they living in darkness. And so you might have souls that's operating negatively. They do negative things. They very jealous, very envious, and they just do evil things. They have an inclination towards evil. So the reason why I do this is I'm trying to change people's mindset. Because the only way this world is going to change, we're going to have to change one by one. Each individual soul is going to want to have to change its ways from negative to positive. You have to want to know who you are. You have to study to show yourself approval. That's why we're in the age of information right now, where you can learn more about yourself and be enlightened. But anyway, today's topic is going to be very groundbreaking. I know many of you have watched some of my videos, or listened to my podcast, heard me talk about the word Gnosis, or you heard me mention the word Gnosis on one of my Facebook posts. Now, what Gnosis is not you basing anything off of beliefs, ideas, theories, perceptions, assumptions, dogma, and theology. You basing the nature of this reality on actual experience. You tasted, you felt it, you experienced this reality, and you experienced how powerful you are via Gnosis. Because you had some experience, for a fact what's real. Gnosis will actually show you that you divine. Now you think about it. If you think about all the psychic abilities that's out there, you think about teleportation. When we think about levitation, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, telekinesis. When we think about all these psychic abilities, most people probably will look at those abilities and say, "Oh no, we can't do that. I don't believe a person can see into the future or see into the past. I don't believe a person can actually levitate. I don't believe a person can actually read another person's mind via telepathy." And the reason why a person might not believe it is because they haven't had Gnosis. Gnosis will show you that you're divine. That way you no longer have to be in submission to some higher authority, not realizing you are the higher authority. You are the higher power that you've been externalizing your power to. You are that higher power. Gnosis will show you that. Gnosis will show you that you're able to read people's mind because you've actually done it. Gnosis will show you that you can levitate because you actually levitated. You no longer believe, you know, because you had practical application. That's what a lot of us are missing right now. Practical application of these various different psychic abilities. Because once you actually apply them and you put them into actual practice, all limitations are now removed. Now you know what you're able to do. Right now, a lot of us are operating up under limitations because we haven't had Gnosis. Gnosis is very groundbreaking. Because you have, like I said, you might have people out here that have a hard heart. They shun supernatural abilities. I'm not going to even say supernatural. I'm going to say they shun these natural psychic abilities that man has. I've actually read people's mind before. I've actually said something and it actually was occurring at the time that I said it. So it's very important that we as souls Because you might have been the type of person that grew up and you looked at things as being just some type of natural phenomenon. Or you might have been the type of person that looked at a lot of videos and you heard people having all these various different theories about psychic ability. They saying, well, we think maybe human beings have the capacity to levitate or read people's minds or hear things that another person can't hear, clairaudience. We believe that human beings might be able to do that. It's a possibility. You might have a whole panel of people on a panel. Now listen to this. You might have a panel of 6 people on a panel, and they all there to talk about levitation. Now, 1 out of those 6 people have actually levitated before. He experienced Gnosis, and he experienced telepathy. He's actually read people's minds before. The other 5 guys are sitting up on stage just speculating. They wondering. They very opinionated about telepathy. They talking about, oh, it's a possibility that we can do it. Oh, I think we might be able to do it. I've never seen anybody do it. So all of them are debating, and they got the whole crowd asking questions and wondering, are we as human beings powerful? Can we do that? And the guy that's on the end, that 6th person, he experienced Gnosis. So he listened to these guys. He said these guys really just don't know. They very ignorant of themselves because they haven't had any experiences to prove that it can be done. He's actually done it. He's experienced Gnosis. So you see how you have people that's in the darkness? You got one person that knows how powerful he is because he's experienced telepathy and levitation. The other people are just lost souls. They still in the process of learning. You know, life is all about growth. Sometimes you just have to meet people where they're at. They're just not at that stage yet where things have been revealed to them. Gnosis is revelation. It reveals the true nature of who you are. It reveals how powerful you are. Gnosis reveals the divinity within you. It shows that you're able to teleport, that you're able to read other people's minds. It shows that you're a clairvoyant, that you have psychic abilities, that you can instantly manifest your thoughts and your words. You can instantly manifest things into this material world. That's what Gnosis shows you. It removes all limitations that you previously held, that you didn't think that you could do. For all your life, you thought what you was experiencing right now is life, and life is what all you thought that's all you was capable of doing. It just completely tapped into the physical realm. You never had any revelations of the spiritual realm until one day you had some gnosis, and it changed the whole way you look at the world and reality and yourself. And you realize that you was the focal point. Everything starts with you. The power is within you. The kingdom is within you. That's what Gnosis does. It shows you that the kingdom is within you. And everything that's within you, you can project that outwardly and create your very own reality. You don't have to pray for anything. Only reason why you praying, and there's nothing against anybody who's praying, is because you haven't experienced how powerful you are. So you praying, expecting somebody to give you something when you can give it to yourself. See, it'll take you out of that mode of being in submission and being a sheep and having to follow a shepherd. So you need revelations in your life, because revelations. Think about the book of Revelations in the Bible. The book of Revelations reveals things. The Bible is actually talking about you. When you read the scripture where it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, that scripture is referring to you. And how do you know it's referring to you? Because we as spiritual beings having a human experience are able to create with our words instantly. I'm not just saying it just for it to sound good. I've had actual gnosis and experience my words literally manifesting instantly. As soon as the thought goes out, it manifests in this world, your world, right there at the drop of a dime, instantly. Stop externalizing your power and realize where your power truly comes from. You are a creator. We're not no survivors. Surviving was just all part of the soul's journey. Because the soul goes through certain stages, just like an infant baby. A baby pops out his mother's womb. It doesn't even know how to crawl yet. The mother has to pick it up and hold it in his arms and feed it milk because it doesn't have any teeth to eat meat and potatoes. And then that baby gets to the point to where it's able to crawl. It's barely crawling. Then it gets a little better at crawling. This is likened to the process that we as souls go through. We couldn't even crawl at first. And then we started learning how to crawl. And slowly but surely we learn how to walk. We start walking, we get up on our 2 feet, then we fall down. We get back up and we start getting a little bit better as we start walking. Then we keep falling down again. Then we get to the point where we got our balance so well to where we walking and we're not even falling no more. And then we start walking real good and then we start running. We hit the ground running. It's off to the races then. I guess you can liken to that. The running is when you in the awakened state where you see through this reality and all the illusions of age. That age is actually an illusion. Race is an illusion. Sex is an illusion, along with a whole lot of other things. Once you know that you're light, photon energy manifests itself in a myriad of forms. Male, female, black, white, Mexican, Asian. But we're all one that split itself off into the many. Yeah, we all are the creator, the Messiah, Ein Sof, the absolute, Jehovah, whatever it is that you want to refer to it, manifested in the flesh. Christ. We all have a Christ mind, Christ consciousness. So I'm on here for a reason, just trying to wake souls up. Because I was at a stage, I grew up in a religious background. And we all know what religion is all about. And we know the purpose of religion. We know the purpose of politics. It's here for us to grow from. At one point, you thought that God dwelled outside of you when you was up under religion. Because that's what religion basically teaches. But it's there for a reason for you to grow from that. You go through that process of not knowing. And then you realize that divinity is your identity. Divinity dwells within you, not outside of you. Just like politics, we go from being divided, from being Republicans and Democrats to the point where we unify and say, well, why in the hell am I hating on my brother or sister over some political affiliations? That's just divide and conquer at its best. Why am I hating on somebody else because they're a Catholic, they're a Presbyterian, Lutheran, and I'm a Baptist, and I'm hating on the Pentecostals and the Holiness Church? That don't make sense. We fighting and feuding. We can't even sit at the same table based off some theories and beliefs and dogma. We supposed to transcend all that and come into unity. That ain't nothing but divide and conquer in operation. And that's all it is, divide and conquer. Now, if you want to stay divided and you don't want to be unified, I guess you're going to get left out in the cold and you're going to freeze. Because you don't respect your brothers and sisters. You don't have love and compassion. I don't like to throw that love word out there too much. Love is a strong word, but you dislike your fellow sister and brother. You want to be separated. You want to be living in your own little egotistical bubble and in your own little box, and you don't want to expand your awareness outside that box. You only believe in what you believe in, and you don't want to expand your awareness. So guess what? You're going to get left out in the cold. And you know what I mean when I say that. At some point, reality is going to hit you dead in the face. And you're going to see the truth. And you're going to remember watching this video. It's a process that we got to go through. The spirit is going to assert itself and give you glimpses of how powerful you are as a spirit. You're going to get doses and glimpses. You might think something, boom, instantly it manifests. They'll let you know right there. That's Gnosis. There go your Gnosis right there. You a creator. You just got a glimpse and a revelation of power. The power of thought. That's Gnosis. That's divinity. That's revelation. That's truth. And some people don't want to know the truth. You know, they rather remain in ignorance. For the life of me, I can't understand that. Why a lot of people, they love living in playing it safe. They rather be a sheep than a king and a boss. They rather be a sheep up under a shepherd and somebody telling them their every move. They like a pawn, a chessboard. Somebody's moving that person around. They like a puppet. Some people like being a puppet where somebody else got calling the shots. No, I didn't come here to be no puppet. I came here to create, not survive. But anyway, y'all, I just want to leave y'all with this. Know this. Life is all about growing. It's all about expanding our awareness, because the more we know, the more discernment we can use. We can go into a situation already knowing about the people, places, and things. So if we know about a person and their true character and how they operate, we will know whether or not this soul has an inclination towards evil. We can use some discernment because we know that soul is evil. So we'll know not to deal with that particular soul. Or if we know that this soul is operating on the love frequency or on positivity, there I go with that love word again. If we know that this particular soul is operating positively, we can deal with that soul. We can use some discernment because we know what this soul is all about. That's why it's so key that we gain knowledge of ourselves and how powerful we are. Protect your energy, keep your energy right, and your life will be right. Our only option is to shine.